I'm Dr. Karan Avedissian. You can subscribe to my channel to get updated with the new videos on different themes on apiculture. Today I want to talk about a swarm, the reason of that, and the methods on how to avoid getting your hive swarmed. So, what is a swarm? It's a natural way of reproduction honeybee colonies to survive their subspecies. This comes with the evolution history of bees. This method of reproduction is sometimes used in backyard or amateur beekeeping on intent, though it's not considered as a good phenomenon in honeybee colonies. As to commercial beekeeping, many colonies swarm, but beekeepers don't want that happen. They don't do it on intent. They just cannot control the swarms flying out of hives. There are several reasons about why reproduction of honeybees by swarming is not desirable. Here are they. First, beekeepers cannot control swarms and therefore they cannot plan the increase of hive numbers in their apiary annually. Second, colonies from which swarm leaves become weak, lazy, and don't have any honey for harvest of that year. Thus, the economic aspect doesn't work well in case of having swarms. Third, over the time, continuously reproduction with swarms bring the whole apiary out of control, and by that I mean the swarms fly out from almost all hives, and apiary becomes economically inefficient. How to understand if the bees are about to swarm? When the colony is preparing to swarm, it becomes less active, bees don't concentrate on collecting nectar and pollen, queen egg laying decreases, bees are congregating on frames and in front of the entrance, productivity of that colony significantly diminishes, bees start chewing around the entrance, there are a lot of queen cells both in the middle and the bottom of the combs. Usually, bees swarm as there is not enough job to do in the hive due to overpopulation. Weather conditions, such as raining, hotness, contribute to swarming as well. For example, after heavy nectar flow in the nature, if it starts raining, bees can't fly out, there is no job for foraging bees to do, and it brings to swarm instinct manifestation. The retinue around queen bees are irritable and making the queen to lay eggs in queen cups. The live weight of queen bee goes down and she is ready to leave the colony with swarming bees. In most cases, the swarm leaves after 9 days of capping of one or more queen cells. Only bad weather can delay the swarming. Generally, bees swarm in warm weather during the daytime, chiefly from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. It is noticeable that this colony has been inactive since morning. Spy bees fly out and find temporary place to stay and return to the hive. By special motions, sounds, they spread that information throughout other bees. These bees fill up their crops with honey and move forward to the entrance. The queen leaves hive when the majority of bees are in the air. They go to the place found by spy bees and stay there usually up to 2-3 days. In some cases, the second swarm flies out after 7 to 9 days of the first one. Also, it is possible that the new swarm gives out another swarm. This all depends on how strong the swarm instinct is in bees. Depends on honeybee subspecies, a swarming colony may build up to 200 queen cells. They are mostly at the bottom of the comb. Dozens of queens can come out from queen cells when the colony prepares to swarm. When the second and then the third swarm fly out of the hive, it is possible that several queens fly with one swarm and they fly in a new place. Now, how to avoid swarming? There are several things that should be done together to reach the expected results. Put deep boxes or supers on time. For example, if you see some brood on 7 or 8 frames out of 10 frame hive, then it's time to enlarge the hive by putting a deep box or super. In the meantime, enhance the ventilation by removing entrance reducer and using screen board at the bottom of the hive. If the bees have already built up queen cells and there is nectar flow in the nature, putting deep boxes can prevent the colony from swarming. In this case, bees destroy queen cells themselves. You can also take some brood frames with bees to enhance weak colonies, but if your colony has already built up queen cells, this won't help even if you mesh the queen cells off. Keep young, productive queens, not more than 2 years old. The experiments show that younger queens that lay a lot of eggs, they keep bees working and these colonies almost do not swarm. Do not use queens or queen cells that originated from swarms. They have much more instinct of swarming. If you use these queens, you automatically would increase the instinct of swarming in your colonies. All above mentioned actions may prevent colonies from swarming. However, swarming is due to hereditary factors. Therefore, choose colonies that are productive, healthy, and peaceful. Haven't given out any swarm and rear queens from those colonies. When the colony swarms, pay attention to the hives that are next to it on both sides. The neighbor colonies, depends on their inclination to swarm, may have swarming signs in about 10 to 14 days because the colony that is swarming can wake up the instinct of them. That is all for today. Please subscribe to my channel and leave your questions in comment section. I'll touch upon them in my future videos. I hope this information was useful for you. Keep your bees healthy.